Have you ever wondered, as a woman, whether it would be a good idea for you to go to a barber shop to maintain your teeny weeny afro, or if you want to stick with a salon? The type of salon where you could just walk in without an appointment. So this morning, I got up and went back to the same place that I went to initially shape up my teeny weeny afro. And I don't think that this experience is necessarily specific to that particular branch. I think it's an experience that's specific anytime you go to a salon where the clientele has naturally straight hair, and you have to go through the process of finding out if there's anyone there who knows how to handle clippers on this kind of tightly coiled textured hair. Right off the bat, they told me that the lady that cut my hair last time doesn't work on Fridays. So that was my first red flag. So I asked the receptionist, she's also a stylist, do you know how to cut hair like mine? And she kind of tensed up. It's an awkward question to ask. I don't know if she felt offended, like I was questioning her skills. The lady that cut my hair before, I asked her the same question and didn't get the same body language from her. The body kind of tensed up and she said yes. And then she said, I'm scheduling you for a next available appointment. So I said, do I have to stay here? She said, no. It was in a shopping center, strip mall type of place. I had a couple of other errands that I could run in there. So I went to take care of that. She told me it would take 25 minutes. I came back about 20 minutes later and sat down in the chair. Another stylist came and said, are you ready? Let's go. So I had to get up and ask her again, do you know how to style hair like mine? And I had this picture with me. This is where I'm going, you guys. I told the lady that I don't want any kind of setback. I told her that because I don't want to be shaved down to the scalp. And I also showed her the back. This is a different shape, but I picked this picture for the purposes of the back, that I'm not maintaining the back of my head down to the skin. I want this coil and chunked up action to ultimately happen in the back. I said, I really won't be offended if you just tell me, what your skill level is. And she looked really uncomfortable. And finally she said, I think I could cut your hair, but I'm really worried that when I'm done, you won't like it. Back in the day, I would have been not wanting to hurt her feelings, go sit in the chair and pray for the best. And then when things didn't turn out the way I wanted them to turn out, then I would be upset. You guys, I am too old. I nicely told the lady, that's fine, see you. Then the other lady who I thought I was waiting to go sit in the chair, the one that told me 25 minutes later, the one that assured me that yes, she can do this for me, that lady said, I'm sorry that I couldn't take you. I have an appointment. I looked at her like, lady, when I asked you before, it would have been perfectly fine for you to tell me I'm not going to be able to fit you in. When I asked you if you could handle this style of hair and you said yes, even though you told me you were scheduling me for the next available, I thought you meant the next available with you because you said you could handle it. So I feel like I had to walk through that awkward sort of process twice. I'm not saying that, they're racist there and that they didn't want to seat me, that they treated me inappropriately. That's not what I'm talking about. However, as I walked out of that shop, I had a certain feeling of frustration and disappointment. I felt really bad. I wasted all that time, waiting around to be seated. And even the fact that I even had to go through the process of asking, Are you able to handle my kind of hair? Was kind of a downing experience for me that I really don't think is necessary for me to ever repeat again. The way I ended up there is because a barber shop is, from my experience in the past, can be a bit more of a raw experience. I've been in shops where, the raunchy posters were up on the wall, the raunchy music videos were playing with all the swearing back and forth. So I really was trying to avoid that kind of atmosphere. But you guys, I'm sticking to a barbershop from here on in. What you see right here, this awesomeness that is going on in the shape up right here, is what occurred when I went to a barbershop. And it happened really impromptu. I thought I was just gonna wait it out until the lady that did my hair came back and worked on another day of the week, since she doesn't work on Fridays. And I just went about my business. But so I went into Walgreens and saw this guy the same age as my son with the haircut, the male version of where I'm going with this. And I asked him, where do you get your hair cut? And he mentioned a barber shop up the street from my house that I drive past every day that I never even noticed before. I walked up in there, showed the guy the picture. He knew exactly what I was talking about. The reason why I felt like I needed a shape up is because my hair grows fast and there were little straight hair sticking up all over the place, and my hair was losing the neat shape. The guy knew how to handle clippers. The first lady, just because there's a guard on the clippers doesn't mean you just take a pair of clippers and clip up and down and diagonally and across. And that's literally how this lady, handled the low parts of my hair. And I know, I'm no expert, but I know from cutting my son's hair that you have to pay attention to the way the hair grows naturally and how it swirls, and go with that. If you use the clippers, even with a guard, in the wrong direction from how the hair is swirling, you will take off more hair than you intended, even with the guard. And that's why I felt like the job that she did on my hair was somewhat patchy. And at the time I thought, oh, maybe it's because of the parts from the locks, and maybe there were thinner areas and I just didn't know. But you guys, look at the back of my head now, you guys. Do you see any bald patchy areas? No, because dude knew exactly what he was doing. I don't even think he was using a guard. He took off the minutest bit of hair all over my head and edged up the back of my nape with this is my natural W shape that my hair naturally grows in, edged around my ears, freehand, to perfection. And I was looking at all the other guys in there handling their clippers and realizing that they each equally could have done the same job to my hair. Plus, it was cheaper. It was like $7 cheaper. Okay, by all means, whatever you do, whether you choose to go to a barber or go to a salon, make sure that you bring a picture, because visuals always help to make sure that everybody understands what the expectations are. Time of day matters. I went on a Friday night, so to me that's the most partiest, freest atmosphere that you can go to. I feel that would be minimized even more if I didn't go on a Friday night, if I went during the day. What have been some of your experiences? Leave your comments down below. Be blessed.